When is it time for the woman to pay? How many days should a man take you on before the woman offers to? Never. Okay, because that's not my currency. Men and women have two very different currencies. You build a house, I'll make it a home, and that's why I don't pay for dates. The number one issue that I have with this is that most often women are trying to pay for the date to prove to the man that they're not a gold digger, and that's the difference between me and you, baby, because I'm not ashamed. You knew I was a gold digger when you met me. You heard the conversations that we had. You saw me grind. You see me get up in there every day and work my tail off. You saw me build a business. So why am I trying to prove to you and tussle with you in a currency that's not even mine, baby? Why would I also want a man to think that I'm trying to live a humble life and I'm not, that he needs no gold to date me? Let go of the shame, baby, because I'm not ashamed, and I don't know, do what you could do, but we live a totally different life.
Ladies, do not offer to pay on a date, okay? It's really disrespectful to offer to pay when he asked you out, okay? And for a real man, they really wouldn't like that you offer to pay, because a man knows that it's his place to pay for a date, especially a date that he asked you on. So don't offer to pay. When the bill comes, just say, thank you, I had a really great time, and keep it moving. Do not bring out your wallet. Do not even move. Look at him and smile.
Girls, come here. When did y'all start paying for first dates just to prove to a man that you can take care of the bill? You guys are spoiling these men to make these men become feminine, and you guys are complaining about it. I'm gonna need y'all to tighten up.
Am I wrong for this? Anytime I tell this story, no one ever agrees with me. But I swear when I think about it, I'm right. So when I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't know anybody, and I joined Bumble and matched with this guy, right? We had been talking, I think, for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I got a good vibe. So anyway, I had asked him if he knew any handy people, because I had a lot of like furniture coming into my apartment and I needed help putting it together. Although I did not know him well enough, I trusted him enough to come to my apartment. Now, in hindsight, that was probably a bad idea, but it is what I did. So before he came to my apartment, I had a conversation with him about payment, because I didn't want for him to come and I didn't like him and then he felt like he got. So we talked about payment, and I told him I'd give him a certain amount for him putting together like 2 pieces of furniture. Well, he put together a bed and a desk. So I don't remember exactly how much we agreed on, but I did say I was going to sell him the money. So when he came over like early the Saturday morning, and he ended up like starting right away. He was definitely somebody that I could see myself talking to on the long haul. So it was cool. Like he was we were getting to know each other. We were talking about family. We were talking about life, all this kind of stuff. So around lunchtime, I ordered us something to eat. And as we were eating, we were like really talking, right? It was good. So when he was done, he kind of like chilled for like another couple of hours just to like rest, and we were really vibing, and he was like, I would really like to see you again. And I was like, cool. So when he's ready to go, we go outside and he gives me a hug, and then he was like, okay, so I'm gonna text you my Zelle information so you can send the payment. And I'm like, okay. In the moment, I was just a little shocked, but I didn't like let it on. I was just like, okay, just text it to me. So the next day I sent the Zelle payment, and I was just like, oh, thank you for coming over. I really appreciate it. And then I didn't say anything else. And he was texting me and I did not respond. And he wasn't used to that, because obviously we had been like texting all day long, you know, talking throughout the day. It was good at that time. But then I just decided that the fact of him asking me for money after like we had a good day, and I do understand that we agreed upon it, but I just thought it would be different since we were going to start dating. So finally he asked me like, what's up? And I was just like, honestly, I know we decided that I would pay you for that, but I really thought it was tacky that you actually asked me for the money afterwards, and you took it. So I did end up cutting it off, and we didn't talk again. But when I told my cousin about it, she was like, you guys agreed on it. Like, I don't understand what the problem was. And honestly, like, if I'm gonna date you and you know you put together some furniture for me, you're gonna charge me? I don't know, like, what do you guys think?
Usually, for the most part, men who have a lot of female options, they're not really fond of giving women grace, being patient, or compromising with said woman or women that they're dealing with. Most of the time, these are younger men, like 20s, 30s, that's still in their prime and following their purpose, right? But what do you really expect? And I'm not giving too much of an excuse, but we're just being realistic here. What do you expect from a man that's attractive, on his purpose, like I said, coming across women who really don't challenge him? And when I say challenge, not to be combative in a negative way, but to let you know, like, hey, I get it, you that guy or whatever, but you're going to treat me accordingly like a woman should be treated. But if they're dealing with women who feed into their ego, their toxic ego, oh, you the shit, you this, you're that, subconsciously, Are they really going to respect women overall? And when they do come across a quote unquote good woman, they'll use all of her affection and love that she's pouring into him. And then the moment that he's tired, okay, I'm gonna put on the shelf. All right, let me dust off and bring her back. And that's why I respect men like Hype Beast Aaron. Shout out to him. And I'm gonna tag his name on TikTok and on my Instagram. But he pretty much said, like, you know, if I'm not ready, I'm not going to waste a good woman's time. Now, I might waste the whole time, but a good woman, she's hard to come by, so why play games with her?
Hey, nieces, it's Auntie Sheila K. Let's talk about the Miss Stacy not paying for anything video. You guys really love that, and that's why I post this content. I want to teach you all, my nieces, what's what and what to do. So here's a comment that I really love. She was responding to someone in the comments. She said she's herself and her feminine energy. That's saying a lot. Not paying isn't the important part. Actually, it is. But learn what her feminine energy is. She's addressing a guy. Let's talk about this, nieces, shall we? Let me tell y'all about me and myself. Y'all know I'm grown. Everybody knows how old I am. I've never paid for dates. I don't pay for dates, never have, never will. I didn't do it when I was young, didn't do it when I was in my 20s or 30s, 40s or 50s, would never pay for dates. Why? Because it's not a woman's responsibility to pay for dates. Women need to let men be men. Real men know that it is their honor, it is their privilege, and it is their responsibility to pay to be in the company and presence of a beautiful feminine woman. It is only these roaches and dusties that try to, and pick Mishas, that try to gaslight you all into thinking that it's wrong. Okay? Do not pay for dates, period. And if you're meeting people that insist that you do that, leave them alone. You do not pay for dates. That is not what we do. You want a man that is a provider just in his spirit and in his nature that's inherent in who he is. He grew up seeing that. That is all he knows. Y'all, one of my uber wealthy, these are his words, and he actually was, exes, I was telling him about how a girlfriend of mine was complaining because she was meeting guys that wanted her to pay for dates. And RK looks at me like I was crazy. And he was like, pay for dates? What do you mean? I was like, yeah, dude, there are men out here that actually expect women to pay. And he said, that's disgusting. They are not real men. He was so upset. And he said, Sheila, it is my honor and my privilege to pay for you. He said, look at you, look at your hair, look at your makeup, look at all that you do to put yourself together so that we can go out and I get to be the beneficiary of that. Why would I not pay? He said, you are not a man if you do not pay. And I was like, I know that's right, baby. Go ahead. So, nieces, we don't pay, period. And stop letting these fools try to gaslight you into thinking that you're supposed to. No 50-50 relationships, none of that shit. And the dude with Stacy's man gets it. And another note, nieces, get you a dude that looks like Stacy's man, because those men are not gaslighting you and thinking you're supposed to pay. And y'all know what I just said, and you heard what I just said. Get you a man that looks like Stacy's man and be taken care of. Okay, bye, nieces. I love y'all. Bye.